Think global, act local in your settlement. The sovereign element, farmers, growers and residents. Clean, lean, green development. The sovereign element.
Kentucky Hemp, Motor City and American Hemp Oil, An American Revolution by J.L. Gallion, Sovereign Element, March 8, 2013. It is now common knowledge the United States has a live, ongoing, system-critical situation, precisely in the realms of credit and debt, manufacturing, farming, and energy. Energy prices, including gasoline, are rising inevitably higher as the Federal Reserve prints more money, or as the Fed often prefers to refer to it as quantitative easing. Government subsidies propping up mega farms are drying up, leaving farms on their own to cover increasing costs of operation and distribution. Proponents of genetically engineered seed, including the U.S. court system in several instances, have used manipulative and questionable tactics and modes of operation. Many more family farms have been forced to sell in order for the families to go on living, as they are no longer able to shoulder the financial burdens. The same situation is happening in Detroit and elsewhere with the automotive industry despite bailouts. Some companies have maintained better sales than others or maintain the illusion, but they can do even better if they take a step forward. Other manufacturing ventures are worth noting, especially those in direct relations to the automotive industry, like the manufacture of interior, plastic panels and features, and hemp fiberglass and hemp upholstery. If farmers, oil companies, and the automotive industry come together and rally around hemp, then a new economic sector of abundance can be opened, with a focus on renewable local resources and sustainability for the first step in a planetary new energy revolution led by American ingenuity and courage. Very recently in Kentucky, key people have stepped up and made their voices heard on legalizing industrial hemp. The proposal in Kentucky is for the federal government to grant the state a pilot program to begin growing hemp in a controlled trial. This group in Kentucky wants a federal exemption to exercise this pilot program and collect data with the opportunity to explore the viability of a full-scale operation, measuring the program's effectiveness and the ability to generate sustainable revenue despite fundamental monetary issues. Why not launch a tandem pilot program within the auto sector? Bring in the American oil companies in a hemp fuel pilot program to produce, process, refine hemp oil into suitable fuel and unite the three industries together: farming, automotive, and energy. Since hemp is able to grow in all 50 states, pilots can be launched literally everywhere throughout the country. If the situation is less than ideal, or is not proceeding forward at a reasonable pace in the halls of politics, then it is still legal to import hemp products into the country, working the automotive and fuel pilot programs with imported materials. Can American oil companies re-emerge as new American oil, transforming the oil industry from a baseline of fossil fuels to a base of renewable and flexible fuel systems? A shift within the paradigm of American oil companies is the breakthrough event leading to a new direction. The existing oil industry has the established business platforms, infrastructure, and networks to accommodate this worldwide revolution in energy. It is to the benefit of American oil companies to diversify their resource pools and expand into new realms of energy. In fact, they can lead the way. Working with hemp farmers, the American oil companies can produce the hemp fuel necessary to run the new American auto industry and engineer new hemp lubricants and products that are environmentally neutral and renewable. The cooperation of these three industries in both the arenas of government and business will lead to a new American prosperity. With the leverage needed for the research, development, and deployment of new energy systems beyond hemp, like magnetic levitation or mag-lev trains used in Europe and Asia and yet to be invented or released technology using renewable and friendly energy sources, this potential alliance can spark a much-needed energy revolution. More importantly such endeavors will surely spark a revolution in thinking, paving the way to previously unexplored, untapped opportunities to ease the current crisis. As it stands, the final straw in the mistaken war on hemp will be broken when Congress rescinds or exempts hemp from all federal statutes and regulations, and the Drug Enforcement Agency removes hemp from their list of enforceable substance violations. Considering the history and prominence of the American automotive industry, the American oil industry, and American farming, it is only right for them to come together in renewal and strength, bonded through the will of the American people, to direct the lawful reinstatement of a renewable, abundant, and most versatile resource, the hemp plant. With the will of the people in these three industries combined, the pilot programs and eventual implementation of a renewable energy policy will be realized. General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, and arguably Tesla Motors can launch pilot programs with a focus on utilizing the various uses of hemp to redesign the American car. From body panels, interior and exterior, made with hemp fiberglass and hemp plastics, to hemp oil-driven engines, American auto companies can harness their expertise in design concepts, engineering, and mass production to re-energize the auto, manufacturing, farming, and energy sector simultaneously, with the prospect of creating abundant wealth, taking a modest step toward environmental harmony and economic stability. A pilot program of this capacity can create a long-lasting paradigm shift that has the potential to open up the opportunity to earth-saving and sustainable living for the near and distant future. The probability of success in a hemp-based fuel and manufacturing initiative with a focus on the automotive industry, farming, and energy is evident by the sugarcane ethanol fuel and auto industry in Brazil. Ethanol made from corn has been used in the United States. However, the use of food products as fuel has a negative effect on the economics of food prices. Advocating for biofuel made from food sources seems to be of dangerous consequence, threatening the food supply. Hemp is an ideal solution to this problem. It can grow anywhere, it grows quickly, and can be harvested nationwide all year round without driving up the cost of food. With the increased and stable revenue stream created and sustained by a hemp economy, research and development of new fuel systems, or perhaps fuel-less systems of propulsion and transport, can be commenced for the aim of finding a transformational energy source that will alter life on Earth forever. A source of energy with no pollution, no fuel, and no limits. Is it possible? There are sources out there making claims, but at this time we have yet to see much real proof of a transformative invention or discovery. Nonetheless, a hemp-based farming, automotive, and energy alliance will catalyze a movement that has been percolating for well over 100 years. In Europe and Asia, trains that hover on tracks using magnetic levitation, transporting passengers along at around 300 miles per hour, are already operating and have been for years. With the advent of new technology and the promise of a paradigm-shifting momentum, hemp can be domestically grown, processed, produced, refined, and used for applications far beyond automobiles and fuel. It can be used for paper products, clothing, building material, nutritional advantages, and medicinal purposes. Imagine Kentucky hemp, Texas hemp oil, northeastern and midwestern hemp textiles, all coming together in Motor City to form the new American experience. Such a bold enterprise will revive the American spirit with clarity and intent for the purpose of taking the first step in creating a more sustainable and stable way of life in peace, prosperity, and health.
Think global, act local in your settlement. The sovereign element, farmers, growers, and residents. Clean, lean, green development. It's sovereign element.